This is based on a true incident that happened with Sahil. When someone used to sing lullabies to make us sleep in childhood, it felt so comforting, didn't it? But now, that same lullaby has become my worst nightmare. Not always, only for the past 1 month. My name is Sahil, and I am 25 years old. Last month, I took leave from office and went to Manali with my 3 friends, Chirag, Arun, and Samai. This sudden trip wasn't just a coincidence. Around 3 or 4 months ago, Samai's younger brother had died during a school trip after being hit by a vehicle. Since then, Samai, who used to be the life of every party and the one who made everyone laugh, had become completely silent and withdrawn. To cheer him up and bring back old memories, we decided to go to Manali. Everything was going well. We visited many beautiful places there. On the third day, we were leaving our hotel in our car to visit the famous Rohtang Pass when the hotel receptionist stopped us and said, "Sir, try to return from Rohtang before 6 p.m. When we asked why, he replied, "Rohtang means Valley of Death, a pile of corpses. The local people here shut their doors and stay inside after evening. It is said that hundreds of years ago, anyone who came to Rohtang Pass at night was found dead somewhere in the valley the next day. Authorities called it death due to cold or accidents, but locals believe a mysterious evil spirit roams there." We laughed at his story. So many tourists visit Rohtang every day, it sounded like nonsense to us. Ignoring his warning, we left for Rohtang Pass. After trekking for 4 to 5 hours, we decided to return, because it had become very dark and dense fog was slowly covering the roads. It was around 9:15 p.m. Forget tourists. There wasn't a single person around anymore. We were driving slowly, at about 30 kilometers per hour, in the pitch-black night. The fog kept getting thicker, until we could barely see the road ahead. One mistake, and we could fall straight into the valley. Arun was driving carefully with the fog lights on, when we noticed a milestone on the roadside. It read, "Manali, 28 kilometers. But the strange thing was that someone was sitting on that stone in the freezing cold night. A man wearing only a white dhoti and a cloth around his shoulders. I found it strange, but stayed silent. Then something even stranger happened. After driving for almost 20 minutes, we saw the same milestone again. Manali, 28 kilometers. And once again, someone was sitting on it. I was about to say something when Chirag suddenly spoke. "Guys, I don't want to scare you, but I saw this exact same stone 20 minutes ago too." "A man in a white dhoti, right?" I interrupted. But Chirag replied, "No, I saw a little girl sitting there. She was holding a toy." Before I could react, Arun added, "What are you guys talking about?" Near both milestones I saw a black horse standing there watching our car pass. We all turned towards Samai, waiting to hear what he had seen. But Samai looked strange. He kept repeating, "Someone needs our help. If someone asks for help, we should stop." We all became nervous, but nobody spoke. Arun said maybe we had taken the wrong route and started driving even more carefully. But after some time, the same milestone appeared again. Manali, 28 kilometers. This was the third time. But this time, none of us saw anyone sitting there. It was almost 11 p.m. now. We felt trapped in some strange illusion we couldn't escape from. The receptionist's words echoed in our minds. Then, Arun suddenly said while driving, "Guys, don't look outside, just keep looking ahead. But someone is walking beside our car." Hearing this made our blood run cold. There were no other vehicles around us. But beside our moving car was a shadow, a boy around 15 years old. Our car was moving at 40 kilometers per hour, yet he was calmly walking alongside it. Not running, just walking. His clothes were covered in mud, and his face had several wounds. We were terrified. Suddenly Samai said, "Maybe he needs our help," and he rolled down his window. He kept staring at the boy. Arun tried desperately to close the window using the central control lock, but it wasn't working. We shouted Samai's name, trying to bring him back to his senses. Then the boy suddenly stopped behind us. When I looked into the rearview mirror, he was standing there, waving at us. and Samai smiled and waved back at him. After this, Arun increased the speed of the car, and finally we saw another milestone. Manali, 16 kilometers. We all sighed in relief. A few minutes before 2 a.m., we finally reached the hotel. We decided to talk about everything in the morning, and quietly went to sleep. But around 3:30 a.m., I woke up hearing someone singing. What I saw froze my soul. Samai was standing in front of the mirror, rocking himself like a small child, and singing a lullaby. I woke up Arun and Sharad. We called Samai repeatedly, but he completely ignored us. The reflection in the mirror looked horrifying. His eyes were blood red. There were marks around his neck, as if someone was choking him from both sides. And on his face was a small, terrifying smile. And all the while, he kept singing that lullaby. None of us had the courage to go near him. Terrified, we slowly started moving toward the door. Just as we were about to leave, Samai giggled innocently like a little child and said, "If I knock on your window at night, you'll open it and help me, right?" And the moment he said that, he collapsed unconscious. At that point, the three of us became convinced that some evil entity had possessed Samai. The next morning, following the hotel receptionist's advice, we took him to a local priest. The priest looked at Samai once and immediately said, "Someone close to him died recently. An evil spirit has disguised itself as that soul and taken control over him." The priest performed rituals and prayers over him. After some time, Samai started vomiting violently. From his mouth came out a strange, thick black liquid. Today, Samai is completely normal. But every night, I still dream of that lullaby.